like, you know, women can be called sluts for anything. You don't even have to be fucking to be called a slut. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh,
a lot of times it's just. But yeah, no, for real.
I know who we talking about. They call her a slut all through college because her titties was out. And granted, my titties was out just as much as her titties out.
Are you listening? Damn.
Moving on to the slut walk.
Yeah. This is the juicy part. This is the actual episode, y'all. So we talking about the slut walk, slut shaming. Amber Rose, you know, she actually has her own slut walk. Didn't create the slut walk, but has her own slut walk. And we're gonna be discussing that today. So yeah. Yeah.
Did you watch the interview with her and Jesse Lee Peterson? Who I watched?
I did. And it was honestly so foul that it was hilarious. I like it was pure comedy to me. It's like,
that was awesome.
Regardless of if you are a sexist or a womanizer or anything like that, it's certain things you just don't say. And the man had no filter.
I mean, I respect him for that.
I mean, had me
it was so hilarious.
Dying.
So hilarious, man.
The man, everybody go watch that interview. Like, the man was just.
So what are you then? A slut maker?
Unfiltered.
That was one of his responses. A slut maker.
He said, how does your father feel about you being gay?
Oh, so that's the funny part too.
Yeah, that's right.
He said that. How's your father been? Slut. Well, he put the emphasis on that. Boy,
man, watch. Everybody go watch that. I mean, funny as hell. But yeah, how do you feel about the slut walk in general?
Yeah, where do you stand on that? On the fence with that? This whole like feminist slut like how, would you go to one of her walks and shit?
I would. It's not something that I would organize myself, but I mean the actual walk, like they do HIV testing, they do testing for breast cancer. Like it's a lot of awareness involved in the slut walk, but the advertising is to get people there. So it's gonna be a little racy. I would do it. The only thing that I wouldn't like is that it's a feminist movement. I'm not a feminist.
Why don't you like that?
Okay.
Yeah, elaborate on that.
That's interesting.
Why aren't you a feminist? You're a woman.
I'm a woman, right? But I'm not a white woman.
Oh,
that's funny. That's
I gotta start the pot a little bit. And I mean, y'all know, like the women's suffrage, that should be the white women's suffrage. We didn't get shit from that, and we still ain't got the rights that they got now.
But you don't feel like the slut walk is leading a different angle of feminism?
What do you mean by no, let me explain the question.
Well, I feel like.
Well, okay, so do you know why the slut walk started? The slut walk started in Canada. There was a rape at York University, I believe, and the officer came out with a statement that basically said, you shouldn't have had on what the fuck you had on. That's why you kind of got raped.
That's why.
And that's why she started the slut walk. It had nothing to do with I can sleep with who I want to sleep with.
We gonna edit that. Sorry. Go back to York.
I'll just say what so it started in Canada from York University. A young lady was raped, and the officer of the campus, and this happens at a lot of fucking campuses, they blame the victim. So they tell her, you shouldn't have been there, you shouldn't have been wearing what you were wearing. And that's really what the big thing was, is he said she shouldn't have had on what she had on.
That shit kind of super wild.
Wow. Yeah, that was interesting. Okay, so I didn't know it started like that, but I feel like they're totally abusing whatever it started off for then.
How so? You think it turned?
Because like when I was watching her interview, she had like, for one, she's a feminist, so that's the difference in perspectives.
But Amber, is she black? I think she is.
I feel like she is. Like when I look at her, I see a light-skinned black chick. Like honestly, that's what I see.
It's what she identifies herself as.
No, it's what they identify you as in their world. So it's just like.
But she doesn't identify herself as a black woman. So being a feminist to her doesn't mean the same. Yeah. It don't mean the same thing for her. And she probably would say she's a womanist too.
I think she trying to be black.
She trying to be black. That's what I'm saying.
No,
and she
just date black men.
love you being here. Oh,
I don't want
shout
to
out
say
to her.
because what the.
Go ahead.
I don't like it, just her demeanor, the way she carries herself, the way her inflection, like the way she talks, like where she comes from. She comes from a predominantly black community, right? Yeah, Philly. Like she grew up in the. I don't think it was the burbs of Philly. It was like the slums of Philly.
Like, what does that mean? Like,
so I'm just saying, no, like you have like, and then I'm pretty sure there's black in her. Like I'm pretty sure, but I don't know what she identifies as. Like I'm not familiar with that. I don't know exactly what she is. What is she? Because I heard she tried to put the Tiger Wood thing and call her Campbell Asian or something like that. Did she try to say that? But I don't know. Anyway, it goes like, if you were to get locked up, they're going to stamp black on her. They're not going to put white. They're not going to put.
Well, that's if she's.
Look at Tiger Woods when his ass got locked up. As long as he was saying, but he's always Campbell and Asian.
No, but he's black though. But he's actually has black in him.
But she doesn't. Okay, but if he don't identify as black,
but
she was saying.
No, but I'm saying like.
She's black.
We're questioning if she's black.
I think she's less than that, honestly. She's come out and
I'm pretty sure she's black.
She doesn't identify herself as black.
She has black.
But she doesn't identify as black.
What that mean? These kids coming out like with 25%
Tiger Woods is 50-50 though. That man is black.
I'm pretty sure she's just as much black as he is though.
Yeah, he's like half Asian.
Yeah.
Oriental.
Either way,
either way it goes. Like,
So where were you going with that?
I mean, she said, why is she black? Because she got a fat ass, and I'm like, no, because she's genetically black. Like,
okay. So how do you feel like she abuses it?
Oh, because her feminist. Okay, so for one, she's a feminist. Just throw that out there. So she's going to have perspectives from a feminist standpoint.
It's a feminist walk,
right? So, and she was just saying a lot of feminist shit in her interview because she's a feminist. Like, well, I don't know. To me, it didn't seem like it was feminist rhetoric in there, but it seemed more of like a power thing. Like, because she was talking about how she missed stripping. She missed the ones being rubbed all over her body. Yeah. She missed. Yeah, she said that. She said how she missed. And then they kind of got into it, like the reaction you get from men. So it's like, you know how to control men sexually. Mm-hmm. So that's the whole power thing for you. And that's what I think it is from her. Like, it's just more of a power thing, and she trying to hold on to this feminist thing and then use some of their talking points to kind of mend in the whole feminist movement and agenda or whatever.
So
but
this is completely separate from.
I don't know. I think she a hustler. That's all I think she is. Like, I think she a big ass hustler, and like she getting her money, and like she finessing by any way possible. And if the feminist thing hot, she gonna.
Okay, but this is how I feel.
You have a fan base, and then the more fan base you have, you can monetize off that fan base.
Who's to say who's a real feminist? It's like saying, are you a real like?
I mean, yeah, I know she's probably a real feminist, but at the end of the day,
you ever be on Twitter and you see the Twitter?
It's a power trip thing. I feel like.
Yeah, like if I look at the definition of
I feel like it'd be hella fake feminists. You know,
I don't think they're fake feminists. I just think they use the rhetoric.
No, I don't have nothing wrong with like women and women's rights and equality and all that. But then, okay, so you want to play this because some of the stuff she was saying in here, it was just like, so if I don't, it was all power moves. Like what I was hearing.
Well, let me just respond to like what you were saying, like about her abusing it. So this is going back to like what we talked about with Kim K, right? So Kim K is like obviously not Martin Luther King or Malcolm X, right? But she got a black woman out of jail using her platform, right? Mm-hmm. So does it really matter? Like let's just say she is finessing. Does it really matter if she's doing something that's positive for women?
I mean, yeah, because
she's
sometimes
advocating against rape.
I look at it
like advocating against like, you know, the transmission of sexual diseases.
I see that, and that's cool, and I applaud her for doing that. But at the same time, I just see things from like a big perspective. Like it's a chess game, and there's certain moves that people make to get certain reactions to appease certain people, and a lot of that shit could just be a symbolic move. So, like it could just be like, you got one black person out. Congratulations, I appreciate that. That's bad. Like a lot of other people shouldn't even be in jail, but it's just like, just look at me, I'm great. Like I think that's just I don't know. Not in the grand scale.
Even if she don't do it, you don't.
Not in the grand scale, because you just got one person out. Like it wasn't like you got like a gang of motherfuckers.
Bro, you know, out.
But it's just like you can get people out whenever. No, it don't have to though, because you got them out when you wanted to get
all
them
of
out.
our civil rights liberties started slowly.
No, I'm just saying.
Time.
I'm saying not in regard to how we move, into regard to how people respond, because it's like with all that, he just signed one person out. Like you can sign hella people out if you wanted to, because you have that authority. But it's just when you choose to do it. And I feel like, yes, she got that one person out. It was great. but it's just more of a symbolic thing versus like.
So you think the slut walk is a symbolic thing?
I don't know what it is. I really don't even look into that much. Like honestly, I just know I probably wouldn't. More than likely, hell no, we really wouldn't want my.
So is your problem with
to
Amber
go to
Rose,
it.
or is your problem?
I don't have a
with
problem with her
walk?
at all. She's a hustler.
Okay,
She's
but
getting her
that's
money.
not my question. I'm saying, is your problem with the person that's doing it, or the actual? Like, I'm asking you how you feel about the slut walk.
The
in
slut
general.
walk, I wouldn't agree on it. Like I wouldn't like. Why would you?
Is it because
I mean,
of the word slut?
I mean, what's a? I mean, you know,
What's a slut?
what's a?
So
slut?
I think, well, first of all, like I guess the definition, as she was saying in the interview, is a woman that sleeps around with a lot of men.
Is it for
Now-
money or just sleeps around?
No, a whore.
No, a whore is
Oh, okay,
a
right.
slut is like
okay.
definition like
Just want to sleep
a
around.
woman, and it doesn't say
Okay,
man.
whatever.
It's just like a woman that sleeps around with a lot of men, right? So like my
There is
thing,
no word for it.
yeah, it's no word for the man, and like that's one thing that she was pointing out. Now, I forgot what I was gonna say. So somebody else. I was gonna get deep too. Damn, I'm salty
We're
as
talking
hell.
about the definition of the word slut. And in general, what she's trying to do is what we've done with the word nigger. We
Yeah.
made it nigga
Yeah,
and make it like cool
empowering,
and empowering, and they can't call you that because with the whole slut shaming thing for me, you brought up Kim K, and she's a great example of this. We call her a slut. Why is Kim K a slut?
because she slept with men that were actually her boyfriends, and happened to be on video.
I did. Okay, that's what I was going with. We call her a slut because she's had public boyfriends.
Well, I
Public
feel
sex.
like
Public.
I feel like people call her a slut because she became famous off a sex tape.
Yeah.
So like,
Okay.
was famous before the sex tape.
she's relevant. because
Y'all
of sex
didn't
tape.
know her. I knew her.
She's relevant because of sex tape.
I didn't know it until the sex tape.
Yeah,
I knew
but
her
she's
because she was
relevant.
wearing
It boosts her clout.
That's
but
when she
already
became important
was-
to a lot of men. Anyway, I mean,
Well,
a lot of
true,
people.
but her dad is like.
I mean, yeah, but yeah.
That sex tape made
OJ
Kim
like-
K.
Because people don't have a personality. Like that's like saying Michelle. You look into Michelle Obama kids because nobody cares. His kids or whatever.
They kids.
But I'm just saying though, like that's like
She was grown with him.
and that's real.
I mean, they gotta
That
make a
sex
name
tape
for
never happened.
themselves too. Like,
I agree.
The
I
kids-
agree.
She wouldn't have got
I agree.
Playboy. She wouldn't have got.
like she made a name for
reality
herself through
show.
that.
So I agree, but
So I feel like the fact
does that make you a slut that somebody betrayed you and
she was in
I think she was in
How
on
you
it.
know?
Cause if we received some bread from that shit.
No, they
you were
said
in
no.
on
They
it.
said no. They said
she
he.
sued for the bread.
Oh,
She
okay.
didn't initially get money.
Yeah.
Mama
I
Kris
feel like
Jenner
they
sued for that
capitalized
money.
off that.
Yeah. Why
What else
wouldn't
you
you?
supposed to do?
Right.
They sued Ray J for
Soldier
that
Kid about
shit.
to capitalize off of
Exactly.
Extra.
Yeah.
Capitalize off of everybody's shit.
I'm saying,
Yeah.
I think that's why they call
When
her.
women
That's why
do
they call her a
it,
slut.
yeah, but they call her a slut because she capitalized on the sex tape, not because the sex tape happened. I think they call her a slut because the sex tape was out there.
Yeah,
and we
period.
saw her having sex.
Yeah. I agree.
But nobody, it don't matter that
I know she-
Ray J a hoe. He ain't a slut because he's not a man. I mean, not a woman. But nobody cares that he's the hoe.
All right.
And he's an actual hoe, not no more though.
Yeah. Right.
Not no more. So
But you know,
hopefully
I
they
think-
reformed.
But as far
Right? Said it.
But you know, it's as far as like, you know, just as far as like actually using the slut word, because I'm not gonna lie, like when I first of all, even just as far as like how I
White
think
people say
about
slut.
Nah,
We don't say slut.
Yeah, we say.
But you know, whole
We
like
say
all
hoe.
that
It's
stuff.
Say hoe.
But you know, it's like, you know, when I first heard about the slut walk, I was like, man, like why would she say slut? You know, but you know, even just me like learning about like women and like, you know, general studies classes, all that stuff, like I just kind of learned throughout time that it's really just a play on words, you know, and it's something, and it's an empowering thing where it's like, you know, women can be called sluts for anything. You don't even have to be fucking to be called a slut. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh, we got a
lot of
friend.
times
We
it's
got a
just,
friend.
a lot of times it's just, but yeah, no, for
I
real,
know
for
who we
real.
talking about. They
Yeah.
call her a slut all through college
Oh.
because her titties was out. And granted, my titties was out just as much as
Well,
her titties out.
oh look,
But-
with that example now, I can't even let you do that. Can't even let you do that, because she played on that.
Cause
She played on that.
Okay.
She played it up. But
She
when
played on
women feel awkward. Like when you call women these things, they feel awkward. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
they don't really know how to handle it, especially if they're not really a slut.
Mhm.
So sometimes their first reaction is to kind of play up on it
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
It's like control damage.
Why would you do it?
If you don't,
Yeah,
if you don't want to be labeled as such, why would you play?
Damage control.
I don't know, but it happens though. Like, in middle school when girls go through bullying and getting picked on saying they sluts, and then they get to high school and they actually become sluts.
Like,
Wow.
my thing is like,
I didn't know it works like that.
I don't agree that you should go out calling her the so-called person a slut, but like, if you're playing on it, people are going to call you a slut.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What's playing on it though? Because I think a
If-
slut
if-
means
if-
that you fucking a lot of niggas. That's what it
Well,
means.
if you're giving off the idea that you're
That
doing
you
that
are,
or you're
yeah.
not doing it. If you're giving off the idea that you're moving a certain way, but you're not doing it.
Then you a slut.
But you know,
You're
I just
not a
think.
slut, but you're gonna give people the impression that you're a slut.
Yeah, I just think it's unfortunate because it's like, you know, at the end of the day, you can be called a slut for anything. Like, even just being seen with it with somebody. Like, let's just say the reputation I had, like on campus and whatnot. Like, Shorty is walking with me late at night. That could be my friend, but just because she with me, they gonna assume she hidden. Then she's automatically a slut. So it's like the word, her using a slut walk, like that's just really just empowering like that group of people that, you know.
Also, I feel like niggas who don't.
Why do other people's opinions matter though? Like,
Mark, you ain't finna do that. Come on, bro.
No.
Do opinions not matter?
No,
Like,
because
come
it's
on.
like, all right.
You ain't never had an opinion of you that bothered you.
I mean,
Exactly.
I mean,
That's the where we living today, man.
I don't know.
And our reputation matters. Like, y'all don't
Brandon.
understand. It's
From
not,
random
y'all don't have
people,
that
though?
on y'all reputation. Huh?
from random people though, like, do that matter? Like, in that instance, what you're talking about, like, if somebody see her from across she don't even know them, so
But
like,
sometimes
it's not gonna get back to her.
It does get back to them. Especially on a college campus. How does that not get back to you?
You talking about a random girl you just brought in who don't know nobody on campus?
If you're on a college campus and people who don't know you feel like you're a slut, that's a problem, bro.
Yeah. And a lot of times they just have to know the dude. They don't even have to know the girl. They know me.
If the word
So it's
spreads
like-
to the point where people who don't know you
They
are
got
getting
stories come out.
information about you that's not even true, that's fucked up.
Like, I literally remember a situation where I was walking with this shorty. I was getting something to eat, and literally, like, motherfuckers just da-da-da-da-da-da, not everybody know. I'm just like,
Now
wow,
everybody
like,
label her a
folks
slut
is just,
because of
yeah,
that.
like, you know, like, folks is just
We
really
get
on
labeled
that.
sluts
You know?
for fucking around with a nigga that's an actual
It's
slut.
like, yeah, that's real.
Wow.
That's fucked
That's
up.
real.
But,
That's
you know,
real.
I was
Okay.
unaware.
I feel like a lot of the time, like, I know men label women sluts a lot, but I feel like girls do it just as much.
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
Yes.
Oh,
And-
yes.
And maybe even worse sometimes.
Oh, yes. Yes.
I don't want to say worse because I've been around for
because,
some of y'all conversations. Not y'all specifically, but just like gossip sessions. But
Because, you know, a lot of time if females
that
feel like
sounds
they should
like-
be sexually empowered and shit like that, it's other girls who putting them down.
100%.
And that's the fucked up part. Like,
100%. If you go in the comments on the Shade Room, for every nigga that's coming in there talking about Amber Rose a slut, there's 500 other bitches that already even said it.
Yeah. But you know what Amber Rose was also saying was that, like, you know, it's kind of effective at being a patriarchal society where, like, girls even take on that idea that girls can't enjoy sex, girls not supposed to have sex and things like that. So it's like, if you were raised a certain way not to really have sex like that, and you see another girl having sex, you just like, oh, she's a slut. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just the way you brought up. I don't think men are brought up in the same way. You know, of course, we not raised to be sexual deviances, but like, women are not even like supposed to be sexual. So like, of course they're gonna judge another girl that's doing something that she feels like she can't do.
Yeah, we're being raised in with a misogynistic.
How do you feel about that? So you feel like you're gonna raise your daughters to be
You
super
said-
sexually
I feel
liberated?
like
Like,
Funny as
Look at me
hell.
like that,
He
for
funny
one.
as hell.
I'm just saying.
And for two,
I'm curious.
no, I was raised to very wholesomely. So
Okay.
like I was sexually behind. I'll say that. So I would probably raise my daughter similarly to me, which is just trying to keep her innocence as much as possible.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I will definitely, when my girl gets her teenage years, like, we gotta talk. Like, my daughter needs to know about sex. It's bitches in their 30s, they don't know what a external orgasm is and an internal orgasm is.
So-
like, how you don't know your
Wait,
body?
what's the
and your
external orgasm?
I was gonna say shit. But,
the
Put me
external
on.
orgasm is the clit orgasm. The internal orgasm is from.
Oh, it's the,
okay.
yeah, okay.
So,
Not the
what's
friction,
an
it's
appropriate
actually the
age for you to put your daughter on to this knowledge?
Huh?
When she's hit
feel like
puberty.
okay.
Yeah, when she hit puberty, she gonna find out anyway. The internet gonna be 10 times worse than my
I
shit.
feel like shit getting worse and worse. Kids are getting exposed to sex at younger and younger age.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Everybody like fucking 7-year-olds got smartphones.
yeah.
that's true.
So like
Parental
I feel like you gotta have that talk sooner than later. Man.
I would say like teenage, preteen years. I mean, you know your child, and that's the thing is the parenting is really the key because you know when your daughter gonna potentially have hoish ways in her blood. And I'm not saying to stop it, but at least educate her and protect her because I don't think it's wrong with girls having as much sex as dudes have.
Yeah.
It's just about them protecting themselves because at the end of the day they're more vulnerable, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
And I think it's two main things that I always want to point out. So at least from a female perspective, I feel like a lot of y'all think that it's wrong for us to call y'all sluts because we don't believe we can be sluts, and I think that rhetoric is very false.
Yeah.
Dudes know when they be out here bad.
Yeah.
We just don't have the same consequences. But dudes, trust me, dudes know when they out here bad.
Or they just don't
Dudes
care
talk
as much,
within
like,
themselves.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
right.